So, this interests me a tad bit, but also I don't understand what PlayStation is doing. So, PlayStation pretty much created a Nintendo Switch type console, but with a PS5 controller. Let's talk about this. So, this is the brand new PlayStation, and I'm gonna see if it actually PlayStation Portable. I think they actually have another name for it, but the PlayStation Portable that's gonna be coming out sometime in the future. And this is such a weird concept that when I first saw this is actually a real thing, my brain said, "What? What? This wasn't a joke? This wasn't a meme?" So here's pretty much what it is. It's a PlayStation 5 controller with an LCD screen. That's it. That's all it is. No, there's nothing actually in this device that has any type of processing unit, GPU, anything. It is just a screen joined together with a controller for $200. Now you might say, then how do you play on it? So what it does is you have to have a PS5, by the way. So in order to play this, even use it, you need a couple things. One, a Wi-Fi connection, because if you don't have a Wi-Fi connection, this becomes a brick. You can't use it without Wi-Fi. It is absolutely useless. But what you're doing on this device is use it for remote play with a PS5 console. So you have to get a PS5 if you don't already have one. That's $500, by the way. Then you have to get this, which is $200. So in order to get this set up, it's $700 to get this with a PS5 if you don't already have a PS5. Then you have to have Wi-Fi to use this with the PS5. And then again, it depends on how strong your internet is, because all you're doing here is using remote play to use this. So pretty much, if you have a PS5 right now, for example, and you have a Galaxy Z Fold 5, you could use this in the exact same way as this. Only difference is you would take this, add a controller to it, and now you have yourself a PlayStation Portable. Because you can just use the remote control app on the PS5 for this, and it's the same concept. Now, the real big difference is the controllers actually do give you some really good feedback. It's pretty much the same exact feeling you're going to get playing with a PlayStation 5, DualSense controller. So that is a plus. But other than that, there's nothing really benefiting about this. Yes, again, if you don't want to, let's say, for example, you have a PS5 in one room, because all you're doing is remote controlling it. So first off, that screen you see on the screen right now is your PS5. It's not a separate display, separate monitor. No, it's the same thing. So this pretty much means you turn your PS5 on, and then you can go anywhere around your house and play it, but you can't leave your house because you have to be on the Wi-Fi. So it is such a weird concept. Like, it is there, it exists, and then here's the next best thing: battery life. And based on what IGN posted in this video, they don't have any exact reports of how long the battery life is, but based on early assumptions, it's pretty crap. There isn't any really good battery life for it. So you're gonna have to have it toggled into a battery, and charging it while you're playing it, because if not, this thing is probably gonna die real quickly, probably 3 or 4 hours. So this is so why even make this? I don't even know who this market would be for. The only thing that IGN pointed out that did make sense was maybe this is for the consumer who wants to play, their PS5, but at the same time the PS5's in the living room and they have kids or family and they want to, or maybe you're a kid and you want to play PS5, but your parents are watching TV, so you can have PS5 playing, but on your device, just have it turned on. Maybe that's who this is for. But again, then that speaks to the volume that a kid's going to spend $200 on this thing. There's just no reason. It's mind-boggling. It's mind-boggling that this is actually going to be a thing, because I feel like it's a really weird one-off case scenario where it looks cool, because it's like, did they just take a screen and then rip apart a DualSense controller? Yeah, that's what they did pretty much. And they just gave it to us. So that's cool concept, I guess, but there's just no reason. And I'm going to tell you right now, this thing is probably going to get hot as molasses. This thing is probably going to heat up so quickly when you are using it that it's going to be to a point that you don't even want to hold it because it's going to be like lava in your hands. Oh my gosh, this is something else. I thought at first when I first saw this, like, example slash, what it could be, I was thinking in my head, okay, well, maybe, just possibly, this ends up becoming a, like, kind of like a game streaming device. Kind of like, like you can actually stream games to this, you can play it on there, and it actually has a processor in there, and it actually is very thin, but it gives you the ability to really actually utilize a processor. And I thought that's what this really was. No, it's not. It's a screen, LCD screen, with the headphone jack and a controller on both sides. That's all this is. And it's $200 after you spend $500 on a PS5. And the games cost $70 each. I don't know anything else to say good about this device, other than the fact that it probably won't have good battery life, but it might look beautiful on its display. This is a thing. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.